Welcome to RLTW Strategies. We're going to go ahead and open up trading view of what happened last night real quick. Market closed at 4 o'clock. The market dropped down to this trend line that we drew a couple days ago. We drew this 4 days ago. The market dropped, hit exactly on the line before it bounced back up before market closed in this area at 6 o'clock. Or closed at 5 and then it reopened at 6 at this level. What else did it hit? It hit the center of the confluence area that we were talking about. So market came down eventually. I had a short bias all day. We're in this box. I had a short bias. I think right around here is where I hit my max loss. Actually, I was up $2,200, $2,400. I was up and on that account, and then I had one bad trade, and it snowballed into one other bad trade where I over leveraged, and that's how I blew the account. So rules: don't over leverage. Wait for your setups. Trust your levels. We put these levels in before, right? So anyways, we drew this box of confluence. The trend line is right. Went through it. Price came down in the middle, like the 50% between the two levels. Hit, came up. We came back up, and where do we go? 50%. Then we dropped, and we dropped. And there's the only way this price went up during Globex could be because of this area right here. But during the Globex session, the market from midnight last night dropped from 17,929 all the way down to 17,825, 100 points. Now we're up 50 from that, roughly. And we came up to this limit line, or this level that we put in a couple days ago that matches this level, this point, right? So that's where we're at right now. We're on the underside of the trend. So we could bounce on this trend, continue going up because that trend is going up, or we could follow this trend that is starting to form. Let me get more precise. I don't think I get any more precise. So that is, and we could probably continue going downwards. But the market makers know this. They know that retail traders are following the trend, possibly, their trading strategy. But as you can see, it is a trend. Hit here, hit here, hit here. Got close. And look remember this trend line that we put on the other day? Actually, it didn't get recorded, I don't think. So I had this trend line and it broke. So then we leveled it out. Once it broke, I don't know if it broke here. I'm pointing at it like you're gonna see it. Or I had it here. But once it broke right here, you move this down so it's horizontal. And look what the price action did. See that? It hit at that level. So that dotted line and this solid line is in play because price is reactive to that area. But we're in between these two levels. We're in between this chop block zone that I call it the chop block because it destroyed me. This level we put here is getting respected because it touched and it came down and it touched, popped up, touched. Now it's popping up again towards the VWAP. And we have this this zone we put in. And how did I find this zone? I found it on the 4 hour, I think. Found it on the 4 hour. There we go. got a lot of them from the touch too. I found it here. I'm going in, and it should be about like that. It should be from the top of that candle wick right there to the bottom of that candle wick. So this area in between this green candle is a level of confluence, a gap of confluence. There's another one here. Maybe I drew it on the, yeah, I drew it on the, there it is on the 2 hour. Yeah, drew it on the 2 hour. And the other box I drew on the 4 hour, but we could make this one smaller. So that's where you get those. So price came back down there into that area, and that's where we're going. Price seems to bounce 50% on this line. As we come down, 50% line. All right, price may bounce off that level. And then it has to battle this box. It has to battle the top of the box, decide what direction it wants to go. It could bust through. We got market liquidity at 8, or it could bounce below. I think Market Clubhouse is going to be blaring. I'm going to mute it real quick. Oh, I can't mute it. I'll just close it. All right, so, and then I don't know whatever levels we got one here. I guess this level could be active today. We'll see. All right, this between these two candles, there's a point there, there's a point there, there's a point there, and that's a big rejection from that point. That's why this might be a level. It's because look at how big that rejection is. We have a high volume node here, and then we got nothing. When we got nothing after a couple days, price may fail to continue going downward, or we could continue going downward, but it doesn't have anything really to go off of until February 22nd and 20th, until it starts reacting to the previous levels from a couple weeks ago. So if it breaks through this downward trend line, we may continue going up. If it follows this trend line and it keeps bouncing and keeps climbing, it could go up. But if we break this yellow box, there's a good possibility that we're going to drop, especially to this level of confluence, this box of confluence. I got to find out what that's actually called, but that's the pre-market assessment, right? There's always two directions the market's going to go, and throughout the day it could continue going through those two directions. We'll go through a short, we'll go into a buy, we'll go into a short, because we're just going to scalp and capitalize on those small little movements. With 2, with 3, with 5 contracts, maybe with 10. We're not going to blow our account, and we're going to be patient, wait for setups. CPI is going to be ridiculous. This thing could, this price could careen all the way up to here, to the all-time high. It could go to the top of this box and reject, and then go to the all-time high. So once the price gets back up into these levels up here, these levels may still be in play. So we'll watch out for that. If it's not in play, I'll remove the limit, the level, and we'll continue going from there. All right, that's it for pre-market. I'll see you guys at 8:30. All right, I'm back. We got PCI data coming out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my other screen, and we're going to look at the time that data, listen to Market Clubhouse. So here's the data that's coming out. Initial jobless claims, personal income, PCI index, personal spending, core PCI, PCI year over year, core PCI year over year. And then the next one is
Chicago business parameter at PMI at 9:45. So we got 8:30 news. Market opens at 9:30. 15 minutes later, 9:45. Chicago business barometer, and then 10 pending sales, and then we got speakers all day. So it's going to be jam-packed today. So we got the ES, downward trend of the VS. We have a downward channel forming. All right. We got this. There is a tool I could use for that. Just lazy. So as you can see, it's bouncing. Or maybe this is it. Okay, downward channel. S&P has been bouncing through this area. So that's where the ES is at. Bottom of this level. The levels are, this level's not in play. It's not touching. This one is, and this one is. So we'll keep those on. We'll see what happens to the market when it opens up. There's the Magnificent Seven. This is what the stocks are doing right now. Meta, Google, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, and Microsoft. So we'll continue watching this as I'm trading over here. So we got 2 minutes. I'll fast forward through this portion up until 30 seconds before the data gets produced. Got 2 sets of glasses. I got my reading glasses, and I got some old gamer glasses. Depending on how my eyes feel, I'll use one or the other. All right, 30 seconds. 10 seconds. Market book is cleared. Let's see what happens. I'm trading it's like a clone account. It's 2 combines in one. I forget what it's called. There we go. CPI data is bouncing up. ES is up. It's above the VWAP. 1% beat on personal income. Let's see if it comes back down. This may drop. This may drop. It's a 50-point move. Oh my God, this ain't gonna drop down. Let's see if it comes back down here. Nvidia's up. Apple's up. I'm not going in yet. Hey man.
Yo, Mike, what are you doing? Are you on the computer?
Yeah, I'm watching the PCI data. Nasdaq just popped like 50 points. Not bad.
You wanna hop in the voice channel in Discord?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but it's not breaking yesterday's high yet, which may happen at 9:30. But yeah. So I'm waiting for. I'm going in with 5 contracts and 2 different accounts if it drops. That's what I'm thinking. On futures, if it drops back down to like 9/10s, the market's been dropping for like 3 days. Yeah, I have an inefficiency zone charted out at over at 17,600s area. I have an insufficiency zone. I think it's going to trap people in this right now, this morning. Let's see.